Today's movie is the number 5 movie on the IMDb worst movie list, House of the Dead. This movie isn't that bad. Now, it's based on a video game, which I vaguely remember was about shooting zombies and was just a first person shooter about shooting zombies. How do you make that into a movie? Well, Uwe Boll did it. For those who don't know Uwe Boll, he is one of the worst movie directors of all time. He also made Blood Rain, and he made some other video game movies, all of which were decidedly bad, but has lots of tits in them. Which this movie has lots of tits in it, which automatically makes it great in my opinion. And it's got lots of great action in it, which most of his movies also have. This movie is the sensitive story of a group of people who go to a rave on an island just for the rave to be attacked by zombies. And they have to survive and get off the island. It is the House of the Dead. First, we meet our hero, Rudy, giving a monologue over these people who died on this island. Then we meet the people who died on the island. The rich kid, dumb kid, rich kid's girlfriend, Rudy's ex-girlfriend who dumb kid's trying to impress, and the black chick. All of them are going to die automatically. And they try, and they're late for the party bus, or the party boat, actually. They're 15 minutes late. So they rent a boat from Captain Kirk for $1,000, even though the island is the Island of the Dead. That's always a nice name for an island, the Island of the Dead. Why are there all these islands in like South America and Mexico and stuff called the Island of the Dead? Isn't there like in the Lost World, Fallen Kingdom, the Island of the Dead too? Are there like all sorts of islands called the Island of the Dead? Well, they pay Captain Kirk more for him to run from the feds who want to inspect his boat. Meanwhile, the rave is going on, and we see some tits, and then we see the rich kid's girlfriend's tits, and then we see a girl who's going swimming's tits, and then we see some people get eaten by zombies. There are lots of tits in this movie. And then they land the boat to go to the rave. But Captain Kirk tells Sullius, his first mate, played by Clint Howard, and it's going to be a great horror movie when Clint Howard's involved, to unload the boat of all the cargo that they don't want the feds to find out about, which the feds find out about. So the rich kid and his friends try to go to the rave, but the rave looks like it's been fucked up. Probably by the zombies who we've already seen have been eating people. So Rudy's girlfriend decides to go check out and find some people. She takes the guy who's trying to impress her and the black chick. Now someone's going to die in this group because it's got a black person involved. Yes, that is casual racism. But it's true, black people have a tendency to die in movies, especially horror movies. Unless they're about black people, then the white person has a tendency to die. Unless it's a Spike Lee movie, then everybody has a tendency to die. Unless it's Rent, then it's just AIDS all over the place. So they go look for people. Well, the rich kid goes to bang his girlfriend, but he has to take a piss. And his girlfriend gets eaten by zombies. So then they find this mysterious house. And inside is Rudy, a kid whose glasses they break, who's showing them videos of the zombies attacking the rave, and an Asian chick who is kind of hot. And I believe we saw her tits on the video. Well, we saw someone's tits on the video. I don't know whose. There are tits all over the place in this movie. This is a great tit movie. And they say zombies are attacking. So then they go back to get the rich kid who is stuck in an upside-down porta potty, which your porta potty is turned over and is no longer there. But they find him, and then they find his girlfriend, who the Fed shoots in the face because she's a zombie. And the Fed says, we have to get you out of here. So they go back to Captain Kirk, who is the person they rented the boat from, and they try to get on the boat. But zombies are in the water. Zombies run in this movie. Zombies swim in this movie. Zombies jump in this movie. I'm surprised zombies don't fly in this movie. So zombies are in the water. And there's a bunch of gunplay at this moment, which is really cool. I mean, there's a bunch of great action scenes in this movie, and this is a great one. So to get away, Captain Kirk gets bit, and the kid who goes in the water gets away. But he gets thrown up on by a zombie and half his face melts. But then Captain Kirk reveals that he's smuggling cigars and guns. So they all get loaded up and they head back to the house. But there's a zombie army waiting for them. But they fight their way through with all their guns. And these are movie guns. These aren't regular guns that have like 8 or 9 bullets. These are movie guns that have like 100 bullets per clip. And it's like a comic book fight. Not a comic book fight, like a video game fight. They're going around in circles around them, and they're shooting, and they're like spinning around the character, and they like got fancy moves and stuff like that. It's like a video game fight almost. So I did the video game justice, if I could remember the video game. But it's a really cool fight. But they can't get in the house because the door's locked. So Rudy, our master thinker, says, maybe I can climb in a window. So he climbs in a window, but the Fed lady dies, getting her legs eaten off. But she saved them all at one point. So he lets the rest in, but Captain Kirk gets his leg bit badly. So they tourniquet it, and the rest of them go deeper in the house to find a safer spot. And Captain Kirk hears Sully, who earlier, I forgot to tell you, got eaten by zombies. So Sully is back as a zombie. Captain Kirk shoots him, goes outside and shoots him, and the guys tell Captain Kirk to get inside, but Captain Kirk's like, I'm already dead. Pulls out a piece of dynamite, lights it, everybody runs inside the house. Captain Kirk blows up and kills a bunch of zombies in the ultimate sacrifice. How we all wish Captain Kirk would have died in Star Trek Generations, blowing up by dynamite, killing a bunch of zombies, instead of falling off a bridge. So then the people go deeper in the house and they find gunpowder. But they accidentally reawake a bunch of zombies. So they got zombies coming indoors on both sides of them, but they find an escape to the catacombs. But the one guy whose face is half melted gets captured by zombies and is about to get eaten. And he goes, I'm going to blow up the gunpowder, and he shoots it. Now, I am not an expert on gunpowder in any way, shape, or form. But I do not think shooting gunpowder would activate it. I may be wrong. Maybe Mythbusters did this, and they proved me wrong. But I do not think a bullet hitting gunpowder would activate it. But maybe it would. I don't know. So a bullet hits the gunpowder, it blows up the building. And the rest of them are in the catacombs. And they run out of bullets. And the black chick finally dies. But then they're rescued by the rich kid. Oh, it's not the rich kid, it's the pirate captain who turned the whole island into zombies back in the 1600s. And he's going to turn them into zombies. But they get away by throwing a grenade in the room and escaping. But the pirate captain's still alive because he's immortal. And there's a sword fight. How the hot redhead chick with the curly hair in sword fight of 17th century pirate captain, almost expertly. I don't know, because pirate captains were expert sword fighters. I don't know, but she does until she stabs her through the chest. But then Rudy cuts the pirate captain's head off, but he's still not dead because he's immortal until the hot chick crushes his head with her boot. And then we see help finally arrive. And Rudy and his dead girlfriend, ex-girlfriend person, who he's hooked up with again, goes now back to civilization. If only I can live with what I've done and what she has become, indicating that he has turned his girlfriend immortal. This is actually a really good movie. Well, it's nothing like the video game, but then again, the video game was a first-person shooter that has to do with killing zombies in a house. And this is an island about zombies, and it has a lot of shooting of zombies. I don't know, but I don't know how you turn a first-person shooter about killing zombies into a movie in the first place. So, but it's actually pretty good. There are lots of tits. There's lots of action. Not really scary, but the video game was known more for jump scares than for actual, like, Five Nights at Freddy like scares. It's U-Ball direction, so it's everywhere on this movie. I mean, it's good sometimes, it's bad sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. And the script's not great, but then again, it's a U-Ball movie. U-Ball movies, the scripts are never great. There is a sequel I've never seen. It apparently has to do with a college campus. Still not a house, though. I give this movie 12 out of 10 stars. Check it out, House of the Dead. It's free on several Roku apps. I don't remember what they are. None of them are ones I had. I rented it on Amazon Prime for $4.29. Check it out, House of the Dead. Not a bad movie. Don't know why it was rated worse than Birdemic on the worst movies on IMDb. Birdemic was definitely worse. Next movie, the movie I've been dreading to watch ever since I seen it on the IMDb worst movie list. The Hottie and the Naughty, starring Paris Hilton, because, well, she is not an actress in any sense of the word, and the movie title just sounds like an abomination to mankind. So yes, House of the Dead, pretty good. Go watch it. Next week, The Hottie and the Naughty, which I have a feeling is just going to be a dreadful abomination.